Good evening and welcome to lesson 9.4. This is the area of parallelograms and triangles. So we're going to continue on from what we did yesterday with the area of rectangles, and this time we're going to be talking about parallelograms. Think of those as like rectangles kind of leaning over. And I've got my good friends Daisy and Graham here to help me today, so let's get right into it. What do you say, guys? Sound good? Mm-hmm. Speak up. Yeah, we're ready, Mr. Gunn. Alright, so let's start with a parallelogram. So like I said, a parallelogram is like a rectangle leaning over. And the idea of what we're going to do the area of a parallelogram is we're going to actually turn it into a rectangle. So we're going to take this piece over here on the right, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to cut it off and we're going to glue it on the other side. So our new parallelogram, this piece here has been moved over here. So this is not here anymore, okay? And now if you look at the figure, what kind of figure is this?
Rectangle.
It's a rectangle, and the area of a rectangle is its height times its base, or you can think of this as the width times the length. We're gonna actually think of it as height and base, and what we're gonna do is the area of a parallelogram is going to be the base times the height. Now, cutting off the corner and moving it to the other side is why the formula works, but once we know that the formula works, isn't it true that this yellow line right here, any parallel line that measures between the two parallel lines, okay, and the distance across the bottom is all we need. So the distance across the bottom is the base, and the distance between the parallel lines is the height. And so in this case, if this was 4 units and the base was 9 units, we would just say the area of the parallelogram is equal to 9 for the base, 4 for the height, and we get what? 9 times 4 is? 36. And now we don't know what kind of units these are, so why don't we say units squared, because it's an area, and that's your area. That's how you do the area of a parallelogram. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, and so what we do is everything that we do is going to kind of rely on that rectangle formula. Okay? So parallelograms change into rectangles, boom, we get the formula. Alright, so now let's try triangles. Okay, now triangles also have a base and a height. Now the base doesn't have to be the bottom side. In fact, I could have come over to this one. This could have been the base side, and then the height would be the distance from the vertex across from it down to the base, so that it's perpendicular. So this would have been the height. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what side it is, but you have to measure the height from the vertex across from it down to it, and it always has to be measured perpendicularly. All right, so we don't need these blue. That's just going to confuse it. Let's keep with the yellow lines. Okay, and the way we're going to find the formula for a triangle is what we're going to do is we're going to take the triangle and we're going to rotate it around 180 degrees. Okay? And when I do that, I'm going to get this new triangle over here. Okay? So the original yellow triangle and the little dotted yellow triangle make what shape? Well, we just saw it. What is that?
Parallelogram.
Yeah, it's a parallelogram. Okay? And then we know that the area of a parallelogram is what? The base times the height? Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, if that's for the whole thing, how much would just the original triangle be? Well, if that's for 2 triangles, we just take half of that. So I could take b times h over 2, or usually when you see the formula, it's going to be 1/2 b times h. So you just multiply the base and the height and take half of it. That's it. That's all there is to it. And that's the area of a triangle. Okay? You got it? Let's practice it. So here are 2 parallelograms and 2 triangles. So I want you to stop and pause the video, and I want you to find the area of each of these figures. And I want to see it on a piece of paper. So when you come into class tomorrow, I don't care if it's a little scrap of paper, if it's a paper towel, if you do it like you're supposed to, and you did it as notes on your daily quiz sheet, I don't care. Just show me these 4. And what I would do, I'll give you a hint on the first one. I would start with the formula. So write A equals B times H to help you start memorizing the formula. Now plug in the numbers. Okay, so the base is 8 and the height is 3. And then finish it up. Okay, so pause the video now, do these 4 areas, and then resume, and we'll see if you got the same thing we did. Alright, you should be paused. And you should have all 4 problems done now. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and finish these. Okay, so the first one, 8 times 3 Graham is what? 8 times 3, wake up.
24.
That's right, 24. Again, I have no idea what the units are, so I'm going to say units squared. Okay, Daisy, what do I do for the second one? Area is base times height, right? So we're going to do b times h, so area is equal to?
4 times 5.
Well, we'll say 5 times 4. It doesn't really matter, but base times height. And that's equal to?
20.
20 units squared. Okay, Graham, your turn. the area of a triangle is 1/2 times base times height. So this time we're going to take, let's do the base times the height. So that's going to be what? Same as Daisy's, right?
28.
So it's, no, that's a 5. So it's
Oh.
4 times 5, right? Oops. And it's there's a dot in there. And then I'm going to divide that by 2, right? So I can do 4 times 5 is 20 and divide that by 2. Or better yet, cancel the 4 and the 2. I get 2 and I get 1. And so the area comes out to be 10. And again, I'm going to have units squared. And then the last one's a little weird because it doesn't look like there's a base and a height because it's a right triangle. But if I think of 5 as the base, then 3, even though it's the side of the triangle, is the height. Okay? So the area here will equal 3 times 5 divided by 2, which is 15 over 2, or 7.5 units squared. That's it, guys. So we're going to keep this video nice and short. I want to thank Graham and Daisy for following along and waiting for me to get done with my video, and thanks for just keeping me honest here, guys. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we will practice these in class tomorrow. Say bye.
Bye.